Hello guys, welcome to another video from Dota. Today I'm bringing you a video that is mostly focused on how to play against a counter to Meepo, and there are many counters to Meepo, mainly things with AoE, and mainly things that have good AoE control, namely Earthshaker. So you're going to see Earthshaker in this game, and you're going to see Nyx Assassin, and both of these heroes work very well against Meepo, mostly because of the fact they have an AoE stun to deal with him. And it's the AoE stun part that really screws you over as Meepo, because building BKB is simply not an option. It is never an option on BKB, or on Meepo, sorry. So this game, it's a good game actually. I've just played it. I literally just played it now, and I thought, oh, what a good opportunity to sort of bring a replay to my viewers and show them how to play against Earthshaker as Meepo. I mean, this Earthshaker isn't the best player in the world. I'm going to preface this entire game by saying this game was played at around mid-4K MMR, most of these people, and on the EU East server, whatever that means, you know, different skill levels or whatever. So it's a decent skill level game, but it's not perfect. It's nothing you'll see like Weehar or Devilish or anything playing at, and I don't pretend to be those people. But I think this game is a good representation of people at my level, or below or at my level, on how to deal with Earthshaker. And I think I do a good job of it this game. So we're going to get straight into the game. We're going to stop rambling on. I'm going to get straight into the game. So I'm in the safe lane on my own again, on Meepo. This happens a lot when I pick Meepo. People seem to not want to support me, or people just think he can lane on his own, and he can. But not versus certain heroes, and definitely not outnumbered. So I'm going to be playing this lane versus Spiritbreaker, who turns up to the lane late. I think he was looking for kills, maybe with charge or something. And this lane is pretty even. It's pretty even indeed. So I can hopefully do pretty well in this lane. So see there, I missed a couple of CS, but obviously it's easier to see now when I miss CS and see missing denies and stuff. But it's fine, you know, I'm not pretending to be perfect or anything. But this lane does go pretty well. This guy is an absolute bash lord. I just want to make sure you guys realize this guy is an absolute bash lord in the lane. And makes the game very difficult for me. Look at this. He like brings me straight down to like 10 HP. So yeah, not so great for me at the moment. But you know, I've got plenty of regen. I've stopped going for boots first on Meepo. I don't know if anyone added me onto Steam and asked me, or like just sort of like my item builds, I would often say like I would go boots first on Meepo, because he has very good base stats and base armor. But I'm liking the heavy regen, few branches, iron branch, ring of protection approach. It's tankier, it's safer, it's more durable, and it means I don't have to relay the Meepos back. By relaying the Meepos, I mean sending one back to base, regenning it, poofing it back. So I always have a full health Meepo in the lane, but the other Meepo is always going back to base, so it's relaying. Again, he just bashes me. He's taking my HP down really hard with these bashes, which is really unfortunate for me and lucky for him. And because of this, he's forced me out of lane quite hard, and I'm pretty behind in CS, so I'm not doing so great in CS. Last hitting under the tower is very difficult with Meepo if you don't have the space to do it, if you don't have the timing. Definitely more doable with 2 Meepos, but I want to keep the second Meepo to maybe jungle the small camp once I get that level 2 poof, and that's what I'm going to do. I would never recommend jungling the small camp with a level 1 poof. I think it's a little bit too low, and your second Meepo will get very low, especially against camps like these, which do a lot of damage. So I'm going to net it up just to stop it from moving and stop it from doing so much damage. And I'm just going to finish it up. He hasn't got vision on that because he didn't block it, so I know that Meepo's safe. But yeah, so I'm staying in the lane. My CS is okay. It's not good. It's decent. I've got through all of my regen now, which isn't so great. I'm having to relay the second Meepo back, so this lane's not amazing for me. I'm not in this comfortable sort of, I can stack the jump, I can do what I want. I'm going to net him up just to keep him in place, and I'm going to get a poof down. I do miss these 2 last hits. Again, not perfect. You know, last hitting under towers Meepo is, it takes a very long time and repeated Meepo games to get used to it, and even I'm still not used to it at all. But yeah, Spiritbreaker really does have the advantage in this lane, because of his base damage, his bash, his HP is so hard to work through until I get 3 Meepos. So there's no way I can really win this lane. I can draw it or I can lose it. So I am pretty much losing it at the moment. So I'll bring up the last hits graph. I'm doing okay. I'm actually second in CS, which I'm really surprised at. I have 3 denies. This Spirit Breaker must have been missing last hits to have that. So Spirit Breaker, he plays very aggressive this game, which plays into my advantage actually. It gives me a lot of space. So Spirit Breaker's roaming around. I've got to go through the picks, but they don't really matter. I'm not pre-made with any of these people. This is a complete solo queue game. We've got Storm Spirit mid, Treant, and Juggernaut off lane. This Juggernaut was the last pick and we needed the support. We didn't get a courier until about, I don't know what time it was, 4 minutes or something. It wasn't good for us. He's going to make a huge misplay here and get completely out of position, thinking he's so much more tanky than he is. I actually maxed my poof and had 1 in each. And then that really played into my advantage. Some good net timings, and he just got poofed down. So that put me ahead. Now I'm ahead in CS. I'm 24 and 3, which is ahead of TA, which is somehow ahead of Quap. I have no idea how I'm ahead of Quap, who is in the safe lane, who's having a time of his life. And yeah, I got a kill, so I'm back in the game now. He's going to charge me up just to get back in that lane. He won't complete this charge. If he does, he'll take a lot of damage for it. But I'm going to just do a poof there and get 3 last hits. So now I'm back in the game, I get jungle. See, ideally, he's going to complete this charge. I can't see him, but I'm going to do a blind net, and it does actually land. The timing on that was pretty good. But yeah, the jungle is not my own in this game, and often if you're picking Meepo, I would highly recommend not to pick him when you have a jungler, or a hero that's dependent on the jungle. And I picked him when we have a Juggernaut, a Storm, and a Nature's Prophet, who are all very dependent on the jungle, so our lineup is looking very bad. I do catch a glimpse of Earthshaker there, so I know he's in the lane. I'm going to immediately back up. And Treant Protector is giving me a hand here with the living armor, which is greatly appreciated to help me win the lane. But yeah, now I know the jungle isn't safe. I can't really farm the lane because one Fisher, well-timed charge and ult from Spirit Breaker, and I'm just dead. There's no way I can poof out of it if they time everything correctly. So I'm going to play this very safe. I'm going to check to see if the small camp's respawning. It's not respawning, and I don't know why it doesn't. Earthshaker body blocks it. So he body blocked it. I know he's in the jungle now, and I'm going to try and chase up this kill. But Earthshaker does have brown boots, which makes him too quick for me to catch. Storm is going to go on this. I'm going to throw a net down. The net does land. The fish is going to land on me as well. I don't have enough mana on the first one to net him again. I'm going to poof up and try and get this Earthshaker low. I'm going to get a Geostrike tick on him. The uphill attack does hit. We're going to get some Geostrikes down on the TA. This is looking pretty good for us. The Remnant does go down, does a bit of damage to them. Storm is going to drop here though with one last right click from TA. I do manage to get a double net and a double poof, which brings down the Spirit Breaker, but this first Meepo was dropping pretty low. I micro him away, taking down this TA. Can we pursue? He bottles up, so he's going to get out here, I think. Yeah, he gets out. And yes, not a bad trade for us. They are going to re-engage on the Nature's Prophet. He was out of view because it's on play perspective. Earthshaker does respawn and TP to the lane, but they do not manage to catch Nature's Prophet, which is really good for us. If they'd have picked him off, then the exchange wouldn't have been so great. But it was good. That again got me further ahead in the game. Still leading on CS. Got a couple of kills here. Doing not so bad actually. So yeah, 2-0 and 1, 30 last hits. No one in this game is really doing it so well in last hits, which is very surprising. Co-op should be doing so much better than she is right now, so that's not so great play. And maybe even TA. I mean, TA's in a sort of TA's got some good denies. He's now leading the CS, so he's got some good CS, I guess. Yeah, Earthshaker pretty much takes this bottom lane, and because we have no real vision on the map, and I am so aware of this Spirit Breaker being able to charge me, which he is now. Spirit Breaker is really good at the moment, I feel. It's a very good hero. Most people really undervalue him, but he's very good. So I'm going to start jungling with my second Meepo. I don't know I'm charged at the moment, and he is going to charge. The Fisher is going to land. I'm looking at the other Meepo, but he does bash me over the Fisher, which plays massively into my advantage. I'm going to poof down, get them both very low, but he is going to land the ult on that Meepo. I'm going to kite him away, but I'm not quick enough, and the charge comes back off. I could have really done with a TP from my team there. I mean, Nature's Prophet had his TP off the entire time and didn't TP for these 2 kills, which is really sucks for me. He really should have TP'd to help me there. So I do get I do get 2-man ganked, sorry, and that's not good. Meanwhile, TA does pick up a kill on the Juggernaut again. Juggernaut does do quite a bit of feeding this game, but that's whatever. This is a pub game. This is whatever. People aren't that great. But yeah, so not looking so great for us. This game doesn't go so great at the start. That's a lot of game stuff. Like, it just seems to be sort of like a rule of thumb when I play Meepo, is that the game goes badly and then I just punish their overextending, which Meepo is very good at doing that. Never give up as Meepo, especially when you have a blink, because you can punish positioning so hard on Meepo. It's insane. I'm going to net that camp somehow. I don't know why I netted it, but probably a bit mismicro, and I do pick up the small camp there. I'm level 9 now, so my levels aren't too bad. I should be level 10, and my farm is, it's okay, it's passable, but it's not great. It's not where you want to be on Meepo. Meanwhile, this Earthshaker is steadily making his way. He's going to either go for Arcane Boots now, or pick up the early blink. So he is steadily making his way to a blink, which is really not good for me. It's not what you want as Meepo. If you can just blink and get all your Meepos off guard, very bad for you. So this Earthshaker is doing pretty well. So I'm gonna, knowing that the lanes aren't very safe to farm now, you need to remember that whenever you're playing against Spirit Breaker, lanes are going to be very dangerous for you to farm. I do mess up my poofs there on the positioning of the creeps, but it doesn't really matter. I can net these guys up, stop them from attacking because they're on move command back to the camp, so I do net them, and that stops them from attacking. That's a very nice thing you can do with Meepo, is if the creeps are returning to the camp, is to net them, and that gives you a lot of free damage when they're not hitting you back. And that's some like efficient health use on camps. So I'm going to take down this very easy camp to pick up the level 3, the level 2 ultimate, which gives me the 3rd Meepo, and that brings him back into full health. So now I can accelerate my farm and hopefully get to where I want to be. You want that level 10 as early as possible, and I didn't really get it at the timing I wanted, so this isn't so great. But it's steady. So I'm going to farm up the mid lane, which is quite ballsy of me, but I recently saw that a gank went on top, so I know where Spirit Break and TA are, and they don't have much of their skills off. So I'm going to retreat these out now that they've gone to the mid lane. Spirit Break is roaming really hard. He does play very well. He plays well on the hero, which is not good for me, because it means I can't do much of the ratting that you want to do with Meepo. I mean, Spirit Breaker doesn't counter Meepo, but it counters the playstyle you'll want with Meepo, which is the kind of farm lanes. I'm going to put a net down on this TA and maybe try and move her up. She does get taken down by the Geostrikes, but the second net was off and it didn't land because it was a blind net uphill. I could have landed that better. And Nyx does TP in, so I do decide to back off, because this Nyx does have levels. We're going to try and dive this TA now. I'm going to net the Nyx to try and help out Storm so he doesn't get stunned on him. We do pick up the TA, but I'm getting charged now. My Meepos do get stunned up. He goes into the Vendetta, Echo Slam used, Vendetta pops on one of my Meepos. A hell of a lot of damage just got dropped on my Meepos. The entire Dire team converges on mid to deal with me and Storm, and they do. It's a very nice move they made there, was to converge everyone onto mid and just to pick up 2 core kills. Me and Storm are the most important kills they could have picked up on the map, with no support from our team, which we should have had support from our team, but again, it's a pub. With no support from our team, they pick up the kills. Bad for us, very bad for us. Spirit Breaker is going to charge bottom and try and deal with this Nature's Prophet. I'm up in 5 seconds, and I am aware of this. I do have a TP, and I'm going to try and intervene with this. I'm going to start TPing to the bottom lane, but Nature's Prophet does leave. A bit of miscommunication with him. I was communicating to him. I usually do in pubs, I really recommend it. I was communicating him to stay and bait him so I could kill him, but he didn't. I'm going to chuck a net on the Spirit Breaker and try and go for him anyway. 2 Meepos coming in. Net, second net lands, third net lands. Treant ult used, which is a bit of overkill, but whatever. Proofs used. Pick up for me. So I'm currently on 3-2-2. Yeah, memes. So I got I'm on 3 kills, 2 deaths, 2 assists, which is okay. It's gonna work. So I'm gonna return to jungling now. I'm gonna put 2 Meepos on the harder camp, so my first Meepo on the small camp. We only really need 1 Meepo for the small camp. The reason I use 2 Meepos per camp usually is to keep them nice and topped up, which, you know, I could definitely jungle more efficiently, but it's riskier because your Meepos are gonna get a lot lower. So I have 2 parts of my Aghanims now. Usually, if you've been following my videos, you'll know that you want your Aghanims around 14 minutes, and I'm definitely not on track for a 14-minute Aghanims this game. So, I'm gonna get charged actually, which I am aware of this. I just, you know, game sense and playing the game a lot, I'm fully aware that I'm being charged, and my team is as well. Nature's Prophet drops a living armor on me there, which is really helpful. So I'm going to stay in the mid lane here and see if the enemy team push the mid tower. I do have a sense that I can see only TA and Nyx, but I'm pretty sure that Spirit Breaker is there waiting and Quap is at top. So they've been playing this style of sort of bait people out, TP, which is very good, but once you get used to it and you realise they're doing that, you could play around it, play against it, make them waste time. So this Earthshaker does have his blink. He's not close to his... He's getting close to his level 2 X Slam. He's got a way to go yet. So I don't have to worry about it. She does pick up a kill on me in the jungle. She's incredible damage with the haste. She does have a Yasha, which is doing incredible damage with the max mode. Does pick up a double kill, I think. She isn't going to pick up Tree, but she does pick up me, which is huge. It sets me back so hard. We are punishing the overextend really nicely here. Nature's Prophet and Storm finally reacting to an overextend and dealing with it. So we do pick up 2 really important kills there, but at the cost of me. And really, as Meepo, you don't want to die before you get your Agnim's. And I've died 3 times. I've played very aggressively this game because I've had to. I've not been able to farm stuff. And Echo Slam does get dropped with the blink, which takes out Storm completely. Enchant Totem and a Fisher is going to pick up the. Oh, it doesn't actually pick up the tree. It looked like it was, but didn't. Some intervention there, stop that. But they are going to pursue this tree down. Dust is popped on the Nature's guys, and they do manage to bring him down. Spirit Breaker is going to tick down low, but we don't have any heroes really in position to punish him. And we're just going to have to retreat out here. TA is going to TP in mid. You'll see this a lot in pub games, especially in low to mid levels. Most of the action happening around mid. And sort of heroes standing around me. So I'm very aware of this, so I decide to rotate my Meepos down and do the jungle. So I am pretty worried about this. Spirit is charging one of my Meepos. I'm going to get picked up again. The orc dropped. I do manage to get a triple man there, but it's totally in vain. Nyx is there as well. A 3-man gank on the Meepo. I am not having a good game, guys. Like, this is... The reason I like bringing these games is because I don't get fed, I don't get completely out of control. It's a tough game, it's an uphill climb, and I think that's more impressive to watch than me just getting fed in lane and being totally babysat. This was a complete uphill climb, this game, against Counterpicks. So, you know, I think there's a lot to be learned from just watching this game and playing it, at least. So Nyx is a lot of action happening mid. Nyx does have a DD, and they are converging on mid. They do want the tower. Quap is meanwhile split pushing bottom, and I identify this. Even though Quap is super far ahead, I know I can kill him. Net does land. First net lands. Double Meepo is going to commit. The second net is a millisecond off, but the third net, because there's 3 levels of net, does land. She pops an orchid. It's completely in vain. I do pick up Quap, which gets me back into the game. So I die. Quap, very overconfident, thinks because she's farmed and has an inherent blink and a skill, can remove herself from any dangerous situations. Not against Meepo, I'm afraid. Meepo is very good against Quap, even though she has the AoE ultimate and just AoE skills in general. They are not going to pick up the mid tower because Juggernaut does a very nice deny. He hasn't done much this game, but he gets a good nice deny there. They are going to pick up Storm, which is really bad for us. Double net in vain at this point. I'm saying in vain a lot, but whatever. It doesn't do anything in the end. And I'm going to slowly make my way towards Magnums. Do pick up the point booster finally. It's 17.5 minutes. I still don't have Magnums. So again, not so amazing. 500 gold, I'll finish in Magnums. I can, if I play very safe, which I should at this point, slowly crawl my way to that amount of gold. I'm sensing that most of their team is top. I can see most of their team top, and I'm sure that Spirit Breaker is charging there. So I'm going to use this opportunity. I'm using the space that's being created by my team, even though they're dying. I'm using that space to jungle and do the lanes and play very ballsy. If you're playing Meepo, you can be around the map in so many different locations. When you see space being created, I'm going to go for this TA. When you see space being created, you should use that space. He is going to charge on me, and I shouldn't be doing this when I'm so close to Magnus. This is really bad. I wasn't keeping track of my gold at the time in the game. And the side blades are going to pick me up. Horrible play. Horrible play. I mean, now watching this, I identified that I was 500 gold of Magnums. Well, at that point, 100 gold of Magnums. But in the game, I didn't notice that I was tunnel visioning and I was concentrating, looking at the map. I was thinking for any farm. No, a lot to take on in the game. It's easier to sit here and watch it. And again, I'm not the best player in the world. They are going to charge top. Echo Slam is used on 2 people. Picks them both up. Double kill for Earthshake with the Fisher. Really nice play there by Earthshake. Spirit Breaker there on point to back him up with some stuns. And Nick's there, you know, AoE stuns. They're just wrecking. They are going to pick up this top tower. So a huge gold advantage going the way of Dire. I'm currently dead. 600 gold off Magnums now. Not even 20 minutes. Drain here doesn't realise that his Invis has timed out. We were going to go for this next kill, but he did kind of give it away with that. I'm going to try and go for it anyway. He's being charged up. Maybe I can pick them up. I do drop a net, but it is off target because Nyx does catch vision on me there, and the train isn't in position to land Leech Seed. So Spirit Break is too fast for me with the haste. Well, the haste skill, not the rune, and he's going to get away. But I'm 200 gold of Magnums now. I'm going to pick it up around 20 minutes. So yeah, not the best, not good. 4, 5, and 3, 108 last. The stats are looking okay, but before in Magnums you don't want to be dying this much. The advantage is that I have been picking up kills and I have been sapping XP. I have made sure that my XP per minute is on point. If you're down XP and gold as Meepo, you're really in the red zone. But fortunately for me, the way I've been playing this game, albeit really ballsy and throwing, I have actually picked up a lot of XP, which is really nice. Huge advantage to the playstyle I've adopted this game around the amount of map control I've had, because the jungle really hasn't been much of an option this game, so I've had to resort to these kills. Picked up quite a few of them, died quite a lot, but the XP has been there. Nyx is going to try and assassinate one of my Meepos. I instantly identify and poof the rest of my Meepos, but his entire team is here to back him up. Spirit Break is there, Quap's there, Nyx is there, Earthshake is there. I'm going to land some nets, and all the damage goes on me. Brought down again. 4, 6, and 3. They are going to clean up the rest of my team. Juggernaut is ulted up. Nature's Prophet gets brought down. Juggernaut is dead. So, like, watching this game, you would be definitely forgiven for thinking this game is completely GG. But this is why you never, you know, you'll watch so many videos, people say never give up, and you should never give up, ever. Especially in pub games. It's different in a professional game, but very much in pub games, people throw all the time. They throw the biggest advantages you have ever seen. When they have carries to back them up, maybe they've even been farming another lane, and they've been using the space, like this TA, but this TA is overextended again. He thinks he's ahead, he's comfortable that the game is won. I poofed them all in, net does land, second net lands, Geostrike is ticked down, his refraction in second net lands, third net lands, tick down, dead. So an easy pick off me. I know I'm being charged right now, I 100% know I'm being charged right now. My team is going to react, which is really nice. The Spirit Breaker does charge into me, a bit ballsy. His team is a bit far behind him. Echo Slam is used. Spirit Breaker was brought down, Echo Slam is used. My Meepo's dropping very low now. But that is Earthshaker's entire combo. And none of his team are really in position to come up. What is on our way? But I am going to pick up a triple kill, which is super good for me. 2,158 gold. He silences the wrong guy and doesn't manage to finish him off because his ult is on cooldown. Got to bring him back slowly. I could have done that a lot more efficiently. I brought him back slowly and Storm in position nicely to pick up the kill there on Quick Pain. Nyx does go invis. We hear it in the replay, but I didn't hear it in the game. He does get a 4-man stun. This Meepo is dropping exceptionally low, but I do move him out. The living armor is perfect and on time. And the nets do go down. 3 Meepos on top of that Nyx. He's brought down. So their entire team just got wiped there by them thinking they were so far ahead. And I picked up 4 kills there. 4 of the 5 kills were kills from me. And I have my blink. Off that, I have my blink. That's how insane it is. TA is bottom and she's going to go for the storm. She thinks all my Meepos are low, but they're not because I microed them back using a TP. And she's going to pursue the storm because she knows it's out of mana. I'm going to blink in and land on that. All the Meepos are coming in. He's going to try and get out. Geostrike brings him down. He dies again. Spirit Breaker now going to come in on storm because he knows it's low. He is going to try and pick up a storm, but storm balls away from the ultimate. I poof them all in. Bring him on top of this Spirit Breaker, surrounded by creeps, surrounded by Meepos. He's down. He's out of the game. So I've just brought down 2 people. I just brought out so many kills in the space of a few minutes. We have rockets ahead of the game. Nature's Prophet could have TP'd to all of that. Juggernaut could have TP'd to all that. These guys did not play well at all. They didn't do much for our team. But Having said that, they bring down the mid tower, which brings us ahead into the goal. They could have got a lot more done if they'd have TP bomb, but whatever. That's without saying. They do pick up the mid tower, which is super good for us. Juggernaut's gonna try and do the jungle, but this jungle's mine. I'm level 21 right now. My XP per minute is really good, considering how bad my GPM. My XPM is really nice, so I have now my treads, blink, and Aghanims. Got a casual ring of Basilisk in there because I really like the AoE armor. It's a very cost-efficient item on Meepo. In a few of my other replays, I haven't been buying it, but in this one, in my latest replays, I have been because it's very, very cost-efficient on Meepo, and you could sell it easily. It's not like buying a drum, which is kind of wasted because you have to sell it because you don't have the item slots. It's not cheap. It's useful, but it's not as cost efficient as it could be. So the Ring of Basilisk is a really nice item just to fill a slot. So now the enemy team is knowing they're a bit more behind than they were. They're playing a little bit more conservative, which is clever of them. Treant does pick up the Aghanims, so it's going to go some really nice map control. I see them both bottom here. I'm going to poof all my Meepos. The Blink does land. Double Net does land. The Spirit Breaker roll going to go off, but Refraction is down. He does get brought down. I'm bringing my low Meepo back, and I pick up a double kill. Geostrike just insane amounts of damage when you have 5 Meepos. I'm going to push you out the Surf again. The first net looked like it was on target, but it actually didn't land. And knowing that his team could be in position to help him, I don't decide to pursue that Earthshaker kill. Probably the right decision. At that point, they could have punished me quite heavily with the Echo Snap. So I don't decide to go for that kill. Do stay satisfied with the first kill. We do have a lot of units here right now. We have all the Treants, all the creeps, all my Meepos, and Nature's Prophet and Tree. That could have been a perfect Echo Stun, but he wasn't in position. She is going to get silenced up, and Quap is going to get instantly brought down. She thought she was safe, but because of Treant, because of that well-placed ward, we had vision. He doesn't go for the Echo, and that would have done an insane amount of damage. He instead goes to the Fisher. Nick's here going to go for a very ballsy kill. He picks off the Nature's instantly, but it's not a really big kill in the grand scheme of things. Nets are going to land, Geostrike going to land. The shell does nothing against my Meepos because they instantly strike it off and just go back for him. He's so slow to the Geostrike. Nyx is going to drop. Spirit Breaker here, for some reason, going to try and pursue me up. He's going to get brought down again. Echo Slam does land, does a lot of damage. Fisher going to land. Totem going to stun up my Meepos, but past that, his entire combo is gone. TA is going to respawn if she's going to come into position. I'm going to poof on top of this Earthshake. One of my Meepos is getting exceptionally low, but I'm going to bring him straight back. Really nice micro action. And I bring him back. Poofs go down, Geostrike goes down, and all of a sudden, the enemy team's calling GG. All of a sudden, the enemy team are on the back foot. They have the uphill climb. They think they're behind. They're demoralised. And at no point in this game did I ever think it was over. All our ranks were standing, and in the grand scheme of things, we had heroes that we have the better late game by far. So I was convinced that we could definitely do this, and I was right to think so. So I'm very close to my Hex now. You'll see me doing this all the time. Just going for this Hex after Blink. Especially when you're on the front foot, when you're going for kills. It's so good. So I don't go for the Quap mid, instead I'm going to go for a Rochan. They do pick up the Quap without me, which is really nice. I'm really happy they did that. And I'm going to go for this Rochan. I do have a smoke. I don't usually buy smoke, but I bought smoke anyway because of the map control and vision they have. And I'm going to try and do this Roshan now. Gonna microbat the Meepo that's getting pretty low, so it doesn't get any lower. And I pick up the Aegis of Moss. My Hex is in 2 parts, in the stash and on the courier, so I have to wait for the courier to get back. With a haste nerf, it takes a little bit longer, which sucks. Gonna buy a couple more TPs because I don't have boots to travel, and the TPs are really nice versus their team. Spirit Breaker here is out of position, and I think his team is elsewhere, so I go for him. He's going to drop so low, but the Fisher is perfect. It completely interrupts the kill. The AoE stuns are on point. I do land a double net as I die, but that's a completely wasted Aegis. I got really ahead of myself there. So again, a counter for him. You know, I played very aggressively on Meepo, and you know they were ready for it. That's where Breaker. I thought he was just playing stupid, but he was playing like that because he knew his team was near him. So good play by them. Fisher was really nice. Nicks it in point to punish and focuses a single Meepo, doesn't mess it up and focus multiple Meepos. He focuses a single one and brings it down. So I'm going to drop the Aegis there. Bad play from me, but I have the Hex, we're still ahead. Wasn't a death, so I didn't lose any gold. My kill streak didn't go the way of them. This Spirit Breaker, I do see him place a ward there. Oh, he didn't place a ward there, he was just moving there. I do see him, but he's very quick, and I'm actually not in position to punish him. I do have the blink Hex now, so I don't think they saw I had the blink Hex. So I can definitely get a couple of free kills if I use this right. So I'm going to kind of play it a little bit sneaky. Knowing we have the map control, I'm going to do the jungle a little bit, farm up, go for the Scardy next. Sometimes I'll go hard. If I feel we're behind and I need some heavy strength, I need a lot of health to deal with their damage. But I'm going to go the Scardy because I really like just the stats it gives you. It makes your first Meepo incredibly tanky, and the Scardy slow does stack with the Geo Strikes. So it's effectively like you have 6 Geo Strikes. This Earthshaker is out of position. He's farming near his base, but he is brought down. There's no tier 2 in place for his team to TP to. So it's just a free kill. With the Hex there, he maybe was thinking he could Fisher and then maybe TP out, or Echo Slam and Fisher and TP out or whatever. But with the Hex there, he didn't realize I had the Hex. Blink Hex, you're dead. Brought down instantly. So I'm going to use the map to my advantage. I do TP a Meepo top. I have 2 Meepos in our jungle. I'm going to send my first Meepo hunting for kills. And I'm using our map control well. This is something you should do a lot, Meepo. Is use the map control. They're going to go for this tree and they're going to try and pick up. They do pick him up. They're all in position. Triple man net is going to go down. I just get all 3 of them. Nyx is trying to TP out. I only have a few nets of alone, but I do pick him up. Nyx does go down. Spirit Breaker can go down shortly. And TA to follow. Perfect for a man there. Their position, you can see, if you're in position with Meepo, if you're all over the map, if you especially have your first Meepo in position with your team, that's what you want, I think, is usually to have your first Meepo with the blink and Hex near your team. You can punish their positioning so well, because what they did there was actually a decent play picking up tree. They tried to retreat, they all left immediately, they didn't hang around, but I punished it instantly, landed triple net, Storm's there to help me as well, destroyed them. So here we're pretty much ahead. We're very, very wary of this Echo Slam. Look how many creeps piled up. Put all my Meepos there and all of our team, we all die. But I know he's looking for that Echo Slam, and I do blink it in the back, because I know he's looking for it. I hex him up, orchid it off on Queen of Pain, enemy team brought down. That's what you want to do versus Earthshaker. I haven't spoken about it a lot, because there's been a lot going on in the game. It's been a very active game. We're going to bring down this Rax, and what you want to do, you know Earthshaker is going to be in proximity, blink proximity, to land his ultimate perfectly. And if he'd have done it at that point when we're all stacked up, before we backed up, he would have done a colossal amount of damage. An absolutely insane amount of damage with all the units there, with the treants there. But he didn't, he wasn't in position. So now I know he's looking for it. I blink behind the racks, knowing I can do it, because my team can back me up. Hex him before he can cast any spells. Poof them all on him, stick them all on him, and he will die in the Hex duration, which is incredibly important. Kill Earthshaker during the Hex duration. Kill the counter to your hero before he can get back up and cast his spells. That's so important with Meepo, and that's why when you have been countered as Meepo by Hex, it is the key to deal with that counter. Lich, blink Hex him, kill him before he can get his ultimate. They are going to catch out one Meepo here, but Living Armor is perfect. Bring him back, Meepo's come in on top, net does land, TA going to try and help, does get netted, one last net, brings down the Earthshaker. All Meepos are very low, all Meepos are incredibly low, very low indeed. Do get brought down actually with the Nyx, but we do pick up 2 kills. We do punish their overextend, but they do punish it back quite nicely, put a lot on me, and Juggernaut really wasn't in position to help us at all. His position has been very bad this game. It's almost like he hasn't been playing the game. But we do take down the mid-racks. We do get 2 kills off the back of that. They bring me down, which was a lot of gold for Nyx. 905 gold for Nyx. But I pick up my Scardy, I have Hex, 1600 gold. If I sell my Treads and my Bassi, I have Boots of Travel. So I can farm a lot more, recuperate my gold, keep the map control, punish their positioning. So this is a round when I pick up Boots of Travel. Some people pick up Boots very early on into the game, and I'm very against this. And there's a core reason, is because it's a very expensive item. Treads is incredibly useful for the majority of the game. It allows you to do Roshan incredibly quick. And really you want to be spending that money on other items. Like, I never want to delay the item progression of Treads, Aghanims, Blink, Hex. If I'm delaying that with Boots of Travel, I don't feel like I'm doing as well. Boots of Travel can definitely work, I think, at lower MMRs early. But I really think the item timing of the Hex is crucial. If you do not get the Hex quick enough, you're not going to make proper use of it. If Lich gets too tanky for you to deal with while Hexed, you're not going to be able to kill him. If Earthshaker gets too tanky, you're not going to be able to kill him. So you need that Hex early, you need your damage to be on point. Get the Scardy. I'm doing a lot of damage with the Scardy. So now's the perfect time to pick up the Boost of Travel. I have a lot of core items, I'm very stable in terms of my items. Very stable in terms of my gold ramp up. Now I have the Boost of Travel and I don't notice I can TP mid. I'm looking at the map and aware of what's going on. And I do get a double net and bring them both down. Like, they are getting a good gank. But the fact I have Boots of Travel means I can be everywhere. So I can just... Their team is very reliant on exploiting us being on our own. But with Storm and Meepo, and the vision provided by Tree, we're able to see where they are, who they're ganking, and what to do, how many backup they have. TA doesn't see me mid, gets hexed up, blink down, poof down, she drops in seconds, such an insane amount of damage to the enemy team, is visibly tilting here, which is what you should never ever do. It's one of the best ways to climb MMR, if that's your goal, is to not tilt. Like, really, just don't. Just keep a level head, especially when playing Meepo, because you can come back so fast. So, pick up 3 kills there really nicely. Again, cannot stress enough how potent Blink, Hex, Boots of Travel is. It's insane. You can just punish so much bad positioning. It's like, Meepo is like a better version of Storm Spirit in that respect. Storm does scale better towards the late game because you can buy BKB and stuff like that. But I really think like Meepo, you can play him a lot like Storm like that. I'm going to try and TP top. Does get stunned up, but I am going to TP him all in. I'm identifying a fight is going to go down. That Echo Slam does insane amounts of damage. The Veil, the Aghanims, my Meepo is going to get so low, but I'm bringing out this Meepo instantly. I identify the load Meepo. Triple kill for me. Queen is going to try and land an ult, but it doesn't quite do enough damage. I blink in, land a net. She's going to get brought down by the Geo Strike. Ultra kill for Meepo. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I knew exactly where they were going to be. My team was in position again. Although my team hadn't played so well, the Storm and the Tree have been really in position to help me all the game. And this has paid off so much. TA is going to... Thinking my Meepos are low, thinking she's safe. But no, I'm relaying them back. She gets blinked on, gets brought down. Easy kill for me. So as you can see here, my Meepos is full health. Going to bring down the first Meepo back to the base to regen them up. This top max is going to fall really nice and quick. And I'm working on my Heart to Rask. I could have gone for another Scardy. I could have gone for an Ethereal Blade. But I'm just going to be boring and go for a Heart. There's many other things you can do. I probably should have gone AC or maybe... But I'm feeling like the whole Echo Slam stuff, the amount of damage the Echo is doing, I need some flat HP. That is what I really need right now, so... The Heart, perfect choice for me to come. So, got the top racks. I'm not going for kills right now. I want the objectives. Objective gaming, guys. But I stick all my Meepos on the bottom tower and move this first Meepo up to the top to pick up the XP gold on this Spirit Breaker. And this Ancient is getting insanely low. I'm going to go for the Fountain Dive, but I don't quite do it perfectly. I am trying to redirect. As you can see, my cursor's going crazy, but when you're stunned, you can't actually redirect. So all the AoE stuns, bit of a throw by me. All the AoE stuns stop me from redirecting, and the Fountain Dive's a complete fail. These last 2 deaths have a complete trolls. They're pretty stupid. The Echo Slam Veil does ridiculous amounts of damage. The Dagger 5 brings down a Meepo, but who cares? The Ancient just exploded. We had Megas, whatever. GG, well played. So as you can see, guys, rewind a bit back to the sort of 20-minute mark in that game. The game was looking horrible for us, absolutely atrocious. But with some bad positioning by the enemy, which happens at so many MMRs, so many play levels. Bad positioning by the enemy, good positioning by Storm Spirit and Tree in position to help me every time. Good positioning by me, the Blinks and the Hex on point to bring them down. We punished it and we came back and we won the game off the back of that by not tilting, by keeping a level head. A lot of it's mental, a lot of it's skill level. And a lot of it is awareness. Game sense is huge. As you can see, when a gank was going down, me and Storm would instantly rotate there. I'd Boots of Travel, he'd zip there. We would deal with their 3-man, 4-man, 2-man ganks. So yeah, sorry I didn't go over exactly how to deal with the counters, because a hell of a lot happened in this game. So I'm going to quickly talk about it now. So Earthshaker, I talked about it in the game. blink hex him before he can do his stuff. That is the, if you're going to take away one lesson from this game, is hex is the way to deal with counters in so many different circumstances. Hex on the Earthshaker, hex on the Lich, hex on the Warlock. Other counters, I don't really feel there's a huge amount of counters to me, but some people do. Maybe Witch Doctor stuns, bring him down with the hex. And a lot. The thing is, with Meepo, a lot of the counters to him don't pick up BKB. Aside from, say, Sven and Ember Spirit, a lot of them don't actually pick up BKB. So the hex is so potent. So I would recommend to you, if you're trying to learn Meepo and people are counterpicking you, get the blink hex. Forget Boots of Travel. Get Boots of Travel out of your head. It's too expensive. Treads, Aghanims, blink, hex. They are the only 4 things you need to deal with those counters. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you'd like to learn more about Meepo. I'm going to be doing a lot more sort of like perspectives on how to deal with things with Meepo and blink proofing and stuff. So look forward to some more educational videos on how to learn Meepo. And thanks for watching. See you next time.